I love road trips. I love road trip books. I love road trip movies and songs. And I think I just realized based on my story last time, my song would be Highway to Hell. Apparently. So it just hit me. But I will spare you quoting Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass, Song of the Open Road, but I just love that we're celebrating road trips in all their forms. Now, I asked each of our storytellers an icebreaker question that was a little broad. They had plenty to choose from. And I'll tell you what the icebreaker is, so you can all think about what would your answer be, especially if there's any chance you're likely to put your name in the hat for the surprise storyteller. If you could go on a vacation with one of the following, a notable public figure, someone important from history, or a fictional character come to life, who would it be and why? So each one of our storytellers has asked this question. And I love that I've gotten to see all that our first-time storyteller. I've seen you all tell stories before, so I'm really excited to hear what you guys are going to say. I want to go back in time and go on a road trip with you. Oh my gosh, it reminds you of when you were young and when we didn't have even maps. And I was just thinking, oh yeah, I can remember getting stuck across the border in Canada and having to go back to the one bar in Waterton, and you make it work, don't you? I will wait to adjust this until the next person comes. So one more time though, give it up for Donna, that was awesome. So next we have Anthony. Woo! Then I will adjust this upward. So when I asked Anthony this question, he would go on vacation with Mr. Rogers to a water park. Because he couldn't sit cool in front of the kids, but he's cheeky. So you know we're having a good time. I definitely can't reach this one. There we go. I love that story, and I love it when something's both funny and profound, and I never thought I would find a fish so quotable, but yeah, it does take so much courage to ask for help. And you guys have just already had some really interesting travels already. We had so much fun hanging out backstage and talking about all the books and things that we have in common, so I really enjoyed talking to Nevena. Sorry, I don't mean to practice. I'm sorry, Nevena. And so when I asked her, who would be someone that you would like to go on vacation? She said, Mr. Darcy's aunt, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, and I knew exactly why, because she said you travel in style, but I also like how you said her constant criticisms would make me giggle. So give it up for Nevena. I feel like I just went on that hike with you, except I'm so warm and dry right now. And also another road trip I love is this Oregon Trail, and I feel like you understand what some people must have gone through right there at the end going into Oregon. Give it up for her again, that's amazing. So next up we have Dave, who, and I was like, should I call you David or Dave?
Birthday Dave.
That's one of the names. He said you may call me His Royal Highness or His Royal Highness or Birthday Boy. We had a really good time talking about books too. We both love a lot of different fantasy series, and now I'm wanting to quote Bilbo Baggins when we're talking about road trips. But his choice for a traveling companion would be Oberon, the Irish wolfhound from Kevin Hearn's The Iron Druid Chronicles, because who wouldn't want to travel the world with a talking dog? I think I do not want to go back in time and go on that particular trip. However, I would totally go back in time and have a beer with those people. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was... I learned some things, which is that people actually did get on top of the roofs of cars and do crazy stuff like that. Have you ever seen the movie Fandango, another great road trip too? I guess that was true. That was fantastic, and I'm so glad you lived to tell about it. Whew, I'll recover from that one. Okay, so we're about to get our intermission, but don't forget, we want you to sign up to be a surprise storyteller. Where do they do it? Right here. Put your name in there and be prepared to talk for 4 minutes about your own crazy adventures or not so crazy adventures. Also, it's a wonderful opportunity to buy some merch. There are t-shirts. I don't know if y'all still have coffee cups yet. I use mine every day at work. It's a really great way to support Rabbit Box and also get some nice, very comfortable shirts. I have to say they're very comfortable. And they're only fabric for $5.
No way.
Not
At Rabbit Box. At Rabbit Box.
So we definitely encourage you to sign up to be a storyteller, and so we're going to give you a little break. Also, don't forget, if you, for some crazy reason, don't actually need a $5 shirt, you are certainly welcome to make donations to support this wonderful group. I love all these stories, so we'll see y'all if you visit. Are we ready to pick our surprise storyteller?
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Has everyone had a chance to buy a shirt? Also, there's a fun fact. There's a movie called Road Trip, which is a very bad movie. It's filmed right here in Athens. And I think I was in grad school, and I remember seeing them. I walked up to my building on North Campus, and I was like, why are there signs for University of Ithaca here? And it was, they were using the front of it for the set. Yeah, Road Trip, filmed right here in Athens, Georgia. Okay. Oh yeah, the Jackass days, that's right. Speaking of jackasses, give it up for Ashley! All right, are we ready to draw? All right. I'm gonna pick one, and then I'm gonna go under, and then I'm gonna pick another, but there's not gonna be any in here. Okay. All right, are we ready? Mark Campbell. All right. Now, Mark, while you come up, be ready to answer the question, if you could go on a vacation with a fictional character, or a person in history, or a notable public figure, who would it be and why? All right, give it up for Mark. I love how the stories can involve vehicles or also just your own 2 feet. And I'm also seeing another movie, Stand By Me, where they go across the train tracks in a very dangerous way. That's another great travel film. All right, so give it up again for Mark. All right, next up we have Brittany Barnes, pardon me, wearing the wrong glasses. She would like to travel with Sal. Paradise from On the Road by Jack Kerouac. He knows how to have fun, have a road trip, and she thinks he's probably hot. I am feeling so relieved that I only did just a very brief stint with online dating. It was like almost 10 years ago now, and I'm still dating the guy I met on the app. But my first day was at the National with someone who turned out to be 20 years older than he told me on the app. So I learned fast. So. And also what's fun is my boyfriend doesn't even live in Athens. Nor crossed. All right, so next up, we have Richard, who I wish our Towning Down time had coincided, but I feel like I know you after seeing some of your shows. We also talked about where he would go, or on his trip. He would say, well, not Timothy Leary, because that might be a bad trip. We've seen that already. But Carmen Sandiego, because there would always be a new adventure in the offing. So give it up for Richard. And now we've been all over the country in one story. I took a road trip with my mom and my favorite aunt in 2007 out west, and we did the national parks, and we drove through South Dakota, and I actually knew what the Corn Palace was. I was to see the Corn Palace. It's all corn. South Dakota is all corn. So give it up to Richard. That was great. Our last storyteller is Kat.
Woo!
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 Oh boy.
Yes, you are. I'm sorry. We're not doing last names here. She said, after prolonged deliberation between Hugh Jackman and Steven Spielberg, I have decided upon Spielberg. He's a genius of film, and I would love to spend time talking about old movies and swapping stories with him. His mind is so creative. Plus, I know he has a jamming yacht, so we would probably spend time on the water in some tropical locale, which is perfect for me. That sounds perfect to me, too. All right, give it up for Kat. I loved that trip. And I love how you feel like you know these people. I feel like I know your mom. And I sure did love traveling with my mom and my aunt on that road trip. You know, my mom is such a traveler too. And I love hearing all these stories because it reminds me how we can all ask the people that we love to tell us their stories. And so some of these stories are people that are no longer with us. And I think like each theme each month could be, I'm going to ask, hey mom, tell me about trips you took when you were younger, or ask your friends to tell you their stories, because I feel like we learn so much from each other. And share in your lives and your wonderful, crazy, bonkers, fantastic trips. So give it up for all of our stories. So just the last little reminder, since we are wrapping up next month, Tuesday, May 27th, Soundtrack of My Life. I love that theme. I'm so mad I'm not going to be here, but I'm going to be traveling to see my mom. So I hope you all can make it as well. And for those who are physically able, once the lights come on, we don't want to be stumbling around in the dark, help us move those chairs back where they go. So all of the storytellers come up here for a photo, including our surprise storyteller. And we just hope you all have a good night. Narky, is there anything else? We did it. All right.